Hi TikTok! We are kicking off a series about Meniere's disease with my mom, who has Meniere's disease. So we're going to start off with just asking her a few questions about how her symptoms began and how her treatment with vestibular rehab has changed things and where she's at now with managing her condition. So Mom, why don't you start with telling them when your symptoms began and kind of how it started to come about?
Okay. I would say about 7 years ago, I started getting ear infections in my right ear that progressed from, a couple of years till I had like 6 in the year of 2016. And then I went on a small vessel boat ride out into the Gulf of Mexico with a scuba diver, and it got really rough, and I got banged around a lot. And after that, I got off the boat. I suffered just months of bad vertigo and rocking vertigo. And then right after that, my husband got put in the hospital an hour and a half from our home. He was in the hospital for 9 months before he passed. And so I was driving back and forth several times a week, and all that motion was, I was getting very nauseated, and the rocking vertigo was just unbearable.
Got really bad. So tell us about how many specialists you had to see and what led you to those specialists to get a diagnosis and then eventually to get to some treatment that was helpful for you.
Okay. As I mentioned, I was having a lot of ear infections, so I was seeing an ENT. I lived in a rural area, and he's the one who suggested that I might have Meniere's, and he tested me and gave me the diagnosis. He ordered three times a week vestibular therapy, and there was only one vestibular therapist in the area, and they would not accept my insurance, so it would have costed me over $1,000 a month for the therapy, which I opted not to do at the time. But right after that, I ended up moving to Baton Rouge near Amy, and I went to see an ENT in Baton Rouge to get the ball started there. And he told me there was nothing that he could do for me, that he would buy me a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey. I don't drink, by the way. Anyway, so it was at that point that Amy decided to go and get the vestibular certifications so that she could figure out how she could help me. What a wonderful daughter.